Hello to everyone. Today I will talk about the Indian Removal Act, analysis of the causes of the relocation of Cherokee Nation to the new environment. This project was made by me, Elizabeth Russell, and by my mentor, Trenton Cole Jones. Concerning to the abstract, it's important to understand first that the several native communities were affected by the idea of the American expansionism during the first part of the 19th century. And of course, the Cherokee Nation was one of the most important communities who suffer this kind of relocation. So this research project analyzed why the creation of the Cherokee Nation with its own constitution was the main reason for its relocation to the west of Mississippi River. First, the analysis include the historical background of the Cherokee Nation during the first part of the 19th century to the Indian Removal Act in 1830. The second one will explain why the Cherokee Nation, due to their own constitution, their own government with separation of powers, their own political leaders, had a conflict with the southern states and federal governments. Third, it will be analyzed how they use and all the legal means to fight for their rights and the consequence for their legal defeat that led them to lead the drama of the Trails of Tears. Okay, concerning to the introduction, after the American Revolution War, this new nation, Cherokee Nation, tried to create like a political structure that could protect and govern their own territory after the Independence War. But it was not the only one. There were many Americans, native, who got their own lands, and they became like a small islands within the United States. So in this case, Cherokee Nation, as an example, were seen as a serious threat to the colonies or states later, and also to the sovereignty of the United States. Later in the 1827, the Cherokee adopted a written constitution, which was very similar to the American Constitution. They include many articles which maintain or support the idea of the sovereignty of their own institutions, and of course the legitimacy of the Cherokee Nation. Concerning to the methods, I use two kind of methods. The first one is like a historical analysis, and the second one is the legal analysis. The first one is the study and also the understanding of the historical process where the Cherokee Nation tried to fight for their rights as a nation. Of course, the legal analysis it was very important to interpret the U.S. government document and the laws which were enacted by the Congress during the 1830 to the 1835, and also the analysis of the Constitution of the Cherokee Nations. Of course, because it has or it expresses its intention to maintain autonomy and also sovereignty that protected the rights of the Cherokee in their own territory. And also, thanks to the source criticism, I try to make sure, how important and also how important was the or how accurate was those kind of information. In the image of the Trail of Tears is a very famous picture which represented the first relocation between the 1836 to the 1839, right? Many Cherokee people left their own lands from Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama, and so on. Okay, so concerning to the result analysis of sources, I use four secondary sources, which was very necessary to explain how was the historical legal process, and also to make the literature or a theoretical framework through 10 pages essay. And also, thanks to that, I could make like a strong thesis statement. Why the political creation of the Cherokee Nation through its own constitution contributed to the Indian Removal Act of 1830. And apart from that, I use primary sources from such as Indian Removal Act, Cherokee Phoenix newspaper, Treaty of New Echota from 1836, articles from the Cherokee Nation constitutions, letters from the witnesses from the Trail of Tears, like for example the Captain John Burnett, who was there because he was a very good friend from the leaders of the Cherokee Nation. And thanks to the legal normative interpretation, it has been possible to understand the legal resolutions that affected and contradicted the native treaties. Okay, in the summary, I can say the Cherokee were one of the native groups that quickly adapted to the new country, United States, and took advantage of the American policy and institution to validate their own nations. Cherokee sovereignty through the Constitution was intended to legitimize Cherokee culture and also society. Well, unfortunately, it was not possible. Sovereignty of Cherokee territory was a problem for the colonial interests of states like Georgia, who wanted to exploit such lands. There are different cases, like for example Cherokee Nation versus Georgia in 1831, or Worcester versus the state of Georgia in 1832, where the state was defeated in the law case, thanks to the Supreme Court. But unfortunately, it didn't work because the Congress and also the government disagree with the Supreme Court resolution. So unfortunately, they had to leave. The Cherokee Nation had to leave from their land. In conclusions, the idea of the independent Cherokee Nation was incompatible with the sovereignty of the United States. People that consider itself autonomous and sovereignty within a country generate insecurity because the American government couldn't control or apply policies or law within it. American government considered this kind of nation like a threat because they could make alliances with other foreign powers against the United States. So it's because of the security. Okay, finally, the references are from different authors and also from the newspaper or documents or laws from that time. Finally, the acknowledgement. Thank you so much to the LSAMP program, to the Department of History of Purdue University. Thanks to Dr. Cole Jones, and thanks. I really appreciate to the Winnie Walton. He's also a professor of the Department of History. And finally, I appreciate the help of Ignacio Camarillo. Thanks to him, this project has been possible. Thank you so much.